I am just honored and privileged to be here in Mississippi to talk to folks who've been at this conference. And I think it's extraordinary that for 40 years they've been talking about issues related to juvenile justice, not just talking about them, but they are on the cutting edge of issues at the national level that they're addressing here today and yesterday and today and tomorrow on juvenile justice. So it's really phenomenal to be a part of this process.
I've been coming to the Juvenile Justice Symposium now for 20 years. I have been with the agency since 1994, and I started, although with the JAG program, I have worked with the Juvenile Justice Program as well. But we like to come and participate not only as volunteers, but also inform ourselves of what is going on with the juvenile justice system and how it has changed over the past 40 years.
When you ask the question, what does it mean to be around 40 years? It's a pretty remarkable occasion to be part of a 40th year of anything. And one of the things that we're most proud of is that we intentionally try to bring in great motivational speakers, speakers that can invigorate the field. You know, so often the participants, they get burned out with the work that they're doing. So to be able to come to a conference like this, get great training information, be motivated, it's just a great day for us. You know, training is the key in any area. You know, with all the things that's happening around the country now, you think about, you know, how things could have been different if the children had been trained differently, if the law enforcement had been trained differently. Absolutely, training is the key. So one of the things that we've always done is we spend countless hours working on and talking about, you know, what does the field need? What do the practitioners need to be better equipped to deal with the day-to-day operations of day-to-day lives?
Well, for me, it enables me to go back to the job and not have so much burnout and be able to incorporate what I've learned here in working with the youth. And I work with troubled youth, delinquents, truancy, and of course that kind of overlaps into some abuse cases as well. How to better work with my kids and how to better work with my families. As far as being able to interact with them, being able to talk to parents maybe on a deeper level, also being able to understand these kids. They've had several topics that they've actually taught on trauma with youth, so that's been very beneficial. I think it'll give me a better understanding because even though you want to help these kids, there are some things you haven't been through that these kids have been through. So I would have to say that all of the courses that I have went to have been very beneficial, I think, in helping me work with troubled children.
Well, I think what it does is it continues to stock my toolbox with various interventions, various preventions that are working across the nation. So it's a great opportunity to network, great opportunity to hear from other folks around the country that may have interventions and preventions that are actually having some positive impact upon our youth.
Well, for today, for instance, I've been to the ones that have talked about trauma, and I've kind of stuck with that, and I feel like they have been very informative. They have addressed it on a psychological manner, behavioral manner, social manner. So it kind of gives you a perspective to be able to, you know, work with these children that are in need and that, you know, been through things. And what I've taken from today is that, you know, you have to go where the child is. You have to understand, you know, what they've been. Ask them their story, you know, and even just because something bad has happened to them doesn't mean they're necessarily a bad child.
I'm the president and CEO of FTC Prevention Services. We are the conference coordinator for the Juvenile Justice Symposium, and we've served in that capacity for the past 4 years. Planning the 40th Symposium has been interesting. It's been one of those unique experiences. Having the involvement of the SAG and the planning committee, my role is just trying to make sure that I put in place the things that they decide that they want during that planning stage. What's unique for me as the conference coordinator is all the different people that I get to make contact with. I couldn't do any of the things that I do without my executive assistant, Sharon Sims. And the contacts that we make, the phone calls, the emails, the people that we have to reach out to put in place to try to bring in, coordinate staging, to handle the networking, social, all aspects of things that happen at the conference, behind the scenes, the things that people don't see, is what we do. This is my 10th year in conference planning and event planning, and you always learn something. Every year you learn something different. But the 40th, for me, was special because it was special to the people here in the state of Mississippi, and being able to put something in front of them that they can really, that they have really showed us that they appreciate it, that kind of makes it all work.